Hi guys, thanks for watching the video. This is Tug Toler with eSource Miller. We're a Paradigm member. I'm assuming that you have a little QR code that you just clicked and it took you to a website and there's this video. That's this. We're going to show you guys how to carve the turkey, some tips on that to be able to help you out. And we're also going to tell you about reheating the turkey. So for my suggestion, my number one suggestion at least, is when you get home, hopefully you did this right away. As soon as you got home from turkey fry, go ahead and let's carve that meat off the bird and break it down so that when we're reheating it, it's not going to take near as long. If you don't want to do that, we'll go through that as well. But come on, let's get started. All right, have a turkey. This is actually one of the turkeys that was a combi bird, so it was air fried, got a nice color. We actually got nice skin. I did this about 4 days ago, actually. So went ahead and reheated it. I have a combi oven. You guys probably don't at your house, so I was able to use the benefit of steam. And I wanted to keep it together to show you guys how to carve it. Once again, I'm going to suggest take it off the bone like we're about to do. But if you don't, I would keep it covered. I would keep it wrapped with that foil. I'd reheat it in your oven, kind of low, maybe 230 degrees. I actually would even maybe put a water bath with it just to help get a little up steam to help transfer that energy. You're going to want to do that for about an hour and then go ahead and pull the bird out. It should be 120-ish, somewhere around there in the breast. And then we're going to put it back in. We're going to unwrap it, obviously, put it back in, and we're going to kick the temperature up to 275, 300. We don't want to go too much. And then you're just going to do it for what's going to end up being another, depending on your oven, 20, 30, maybe 40 minutes if you have a whole bunch of birds somehow. But somewhere around there, and you're going to want to hit, obviously, that 165 degrees internal. So let's get started on carving. As you can see, we have the bird. The first thing you're going to do with carving is you're going to start with the wings and the legs. So I'm going to take this out, put it down here. I have a deboning knife, right? This is a slimmer, sharp guy. With this, I like to do that just because it's going to be easier as I'm going around curves. You can use a larger chef knife, whatever you want to do. We obviously want it sharp. So where we start is we start with those wings, right? You go ahead and pull where that joint is. And if you have to, you can cut around some of that meat. And this is really hot, and I'll give you guys a tip on what to do with that. So once you have that carved right at that joint, you can kind of, here she is. Right in there. You're going to want to go to that next one. A tip, if you have these nitrile gloves, latex gloves, whatever, we don't want to do it in restaurants, but if you double bag, if you go ahead and put 2 on each hand, you don't feel that heat near as much. It doesn't burn you and you're not doing that thing. Just a little tip, a little tug time tip. Wait, this isn't tug time. All right, so we'll go to the other side. We'll go right to where that joint is. We're going to break it apart. There's that shoulder, right? Put that to the side. Then you go to the legs. With the legs, you're going to want to cut down, but you're not cutting the meat, right? This is where the meat is. You're just kind of cutting down to where that internal is. You can turn it on its side. And once again, we're going right for that joint is where we're trying to break that off, right? So now we have our leg on that one. Turn that a little bit. There we go. There we go. So now, with this, we're looking at the turkey breast. You're going to want to feel for that sternum, the breastbone, right, on that product. If you feel it, you can, just like with your sternum on you, you can kind of feel that. You're going to want to go just to the side of that. You're going to slice down. And then you can also slice over. I like to come from this way. Maybe it'll be easier to see, right, that way. And then also, once again, we're going to turn it, and you're going to slice that bottom. And that breast should come right off. So there that is. You can feel there's that breastbone right there. That's where you're trying to get. You're trying to get just to the side of it, and you're going to do the other side just like we did. this way this time. So you can see the first way I did it, I really got a lot more of that meat off by kind of turning it and going up underneath. If you want to just go down at the angle, you can, but I find you're going to be pulling more of that off, at least in my experience that I've seen. So now that you kind of have it broken down, if you are going to be cooling it, if it's something like you just got home from the turkey fry, now it's time to, well, not cooling it, but if you're going to be storing it, right, to where we're going to be reheating it thereafter, break the meat off of that, keep the breast together, keep the legs together, keep the wings together. They should all still be pretty viable. And kind of pull that last little bit of meat here and there, like the oyster is the best part. You guys know oyster on a chicken or a turkey? I kind of obliterated it a little bit, but it is underneath here and right here. So see how it kind of looks a little bit like an oyster? You can tell it's got that, this is the scapula, I believe, of the bird. But if you guys know deer, it's backstrap, tenderloin for pork and for beef. So it's the muscle that almost never gets used by the bird, right? So it's a really rich, delicious, some might say the best part, but to each their own. So kind of break it apart, have it to where if you're reheating like this, I would reheat these all in one pan. You could slice it if you wanted to, but I would probably slice it at the table to kind of get that Clark Griswold fun, right? We're slicing it. You don't want it to obviously be dry. That would be bad. But reheat that in the oven. It should be a lot quicker. It should be something a lot closer and at that lower temp too. I would have it wrapped at 230-ish degrees for 30-ish minutes, somewhere around there, and then pull off that foil and go ahead and let it to where you can get that skin crisp back up, because this skin really has great texture, even though it's been cooled and sitting for 3 days. So hopefully this helps, and have a happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year. Seriously, happy holidays from all of us at eSource Miller. Thank you guys for being part of our world. We really appreciate it. Take care.